Thanks for joining us. So, Helen, talk a bit about that day, first of all. What was happening? You were leaving the White House, and what happens?
I had a friend with me, and we were encountered by this rabbi. I didn't know him. He had a yarmulke, and he
This is
had
Rabbi Nessenhoff, I think is his
yes.
name.
And he had two sons with him. He said they want to be. He stopped me and said they would like to be journalists, and I said they should go for it. They'll really never regret it. And all of a sudden he says, "What do you think of Israel?" And he pulls out his cell phone, I thought, but I guess it was a camera. And I said they should get the hell out of Palestine. And I obviously was referring to them occupying all of the West Bank, Gaza, and all the places where they have come from nowhere to control and tyrannize the Arabs, Palestinians.
Now, there's been some debate whether you meant the occupied territories as they're referred to now. It's mostly essentially the West Bank and Gaza. Or did you mean Israel as defined by 1967 borders?
Well, if we could get them back to the 67 borders, it certainly would be a triumph. But they're not about to move anywhere. They keep taking and keep bulldozing homes on the West Bank. They have Jewish-only roads. They would never tolerate that here.
So what was your frame of mind when you answered the question?
I was free as a spirit. I had no idea that I was going to be interviewed. At the same time, I'm very blunt. I always try to answer honestly any question. I didn't know I was being interviewed. It was a sneak stealth attack.
The debate that's taken place, or part of it, there's been various debates that took place about what happened that day and what happened to you afterwards. Mm-hmm. What is your view in terms of the Israel within 67 borders, Palestine in terms of West Bank and Gaza? What is your view on this?
My view is that you should not create another nation in somebody else's country. And the Palestinians were 85% in the majority until they began the immigration for the Jews and for the Zionists too, because they had designated Jerusalem as their home, saying God gave it to them. Well, I mean, that's what God, who, and so forth. Everything like that is just very debatable. Jews have been persecuted all over the world. There's no question about that. Certainly the Nazis, I mean, it's too horrifying to think of what they did and the silence in the world when it was happening. At the same time, they aren't the only ones who fought in World War II. I had my brothers, two brothers, they're there, all my relatives, every American was involved. So it isn't the question of the Holocaust was a simple thing going on. The Russians lost 25 million people.
When the rabbi asked you, well, where should they go? You said, get the hell out. And he asked you, well, where should they go? And you said, Germany, Poland, America.
They immediately, in their propaganda minds, considered it Auschwitz. I didn't say that, and they know damn well I didn't say that.
Do you understand why it seemed to resonate?
I understand why they're always the victim. Nobody else is. It helps them.
This lady, Helen Thomas, her comments about the Israeli people taking that land got her fired after many decades in the White House. See, a lot of people understand that these people were transported from Poland, Germany, Georgia, Russia. And these people have stolen our heritage. These people already have a nationality. They can trace their heritage back to Germany or back to Poland. But the original inhabitants of that land, we're still calling ourselves black. When there's no land or nationality as black. See, So while they occupy our nationality, we go destitute. You know, we have no nationality. African American is not a nationality. You know, that term was given to us, which is, you know, two white men, two white people. But, you know, these things are coming to light, you know, all thanks to the Most High. And one day we will get our land back. But yeah, research that Helen Thomas and what she said and why she was fired. They call her anti-Semite. You know, that's the word they use to cancel you. You know, do that research and research the Balfour Declaration. You know, Britain and the United States got together and formed that. They agreed to put these people in our land. You know, they agreed to that. So, yeah, research that and research Helen Thomas. You get a better understanding of, you know, what she was dealing with and what she was, her remarks, her statements that got her fired.